Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Cam Jennings coming at you on behalf of EpicConversions.com. And today I want to talk to you about my free newsletter. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I think you should join my free newsletter. And then after that, I'll give you some reasons why you shouldn't join my free newsletter. Right? Because I think it's not for everybody. I think that, it's a great place to be. I think it's a really good resource, but it's not for everybody. So I want to try to expound upon that a little bit today, because I've been doing these thoughts on a walk for a while now, and you always hear me talking about my free newsletter. So I thought I'd take an episode today here and just kind of expound upon what my free newsletter is about. So 3 points I'd like to make about it today. Point 1, my newsletter is not written by AI. It's not some kind of a swipe file. When you sign up for my free newsletter, you're going to be getting 3 to 6 emails a week written by me. That means I sat down on my computer, wrote the email, and sent it out to you. I feel like the average length of one of my emails is between 500 and 1,000 words. Some people like that, some people hate it. What I can tell you is I've had people on my email list for years. So, you take that information however you want to take it. But, the first thing I would tell you is it's real, It's not AI, it's not some kind of swipe file. Like, I've been doing this for a long time, and I write my own emails. So you're gonna get authenticity when you sign up for my free newsletter. Which, if you wanna sign up for it, if you don't know where it's at by now, after watching all these episodes, then, man, holy cow, I don't think my newsletter can even help you. But it's at EpicConversions.com. That's EpicConversions.com. What's the second thing? The second thing is example. When you sign up for my free email newsletter, you're going to get an example of how someone who actually makes money on the internet does it, right? You're going to be getting real emails. You're going to be seeing real email marketing by a real person who actually does it and who has been doing it for years. Been doing this for over a decade now. So you're going to see an example, right? I'm not telling you to run out there and copy what I do, but it's really good to have an understanding of what someone does. Someone who actually does it, someone who is actually successful at doing it. So you have at least a little bit of a roadmap where to go. I'm not telling you to copy me. I'm just telling you it's good to study successful examples. So the second thing I would tell you is example. Because I got to tell you, there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of bad examples out there. A lot of fly-by-night examples. And I think it's got like 10 times as worse too, since I think it's got 10 times as bad since artificial intelligence hit the scene. I mean, like, everyone's writing emails now, but they're just not really writing them. They're having, ChatGPT write their emails for them. They're having everybody's a product creator now. Everybody's running over to ChatGPT, having it bang out special reports for them. There's some, flavor of the month software that taps into GPT or whatever. I don't know. I think it's all just a bunch of whatever, It's a bunch of stuff that makes the creators and the product vendors feel like they're doing something great, but it's something that leaves the customers, leaving a lot to be desired. Leaves the customers feeling kind of ripped off, you know. Doesn't work very well. Not very successful. And the reason why is very simple, you know. There's no human intelligence to it. It's all imitation. There's no social intelligence. You know, there's no nuance. So that's the second reason. Actual example. I do what I teach other people how to do. You know, I sell PLR newsletters, and they're written by a human. They're written by me. So you sign up for my free newsletter, you're going to see how I write. Now keep in mind, the free newsletter that I send out is written from a personal perspective. The PLR emails that I write, they're still written in my style, but I don't tell a bunch of personal stories and stuff in those emails. I lean in other directions for personality. You know, I talk about books. I talk about historic examples. I talk about different things. Still written in my style, still very personable, but they aren't written from that personal, you know, angle that you see me talking from in my free newsletter. But again, you know, people are always like emailing me like, how do I use PLR? I mean, first of all, if someone looks at my PLR newsletter, hold on guys. Someone looks at my got a rain gutter that's kind of frozen up. I just wanted to like fix it real quick. Sorry guys, give me a second. Alright. If someone looks at one of my PLR newsletters and they don't know how to plug those in to their autoresponder because they're not sure how it would work, I mean, I don't know who that is. That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, these are like Tide Pods, man. I mean, they're like, you know, plug and play. All you got to do is figure out what you want to promote and put a link in the PS. Freaking Tide Pods, you know? Anyways, but as far as like the asset aspect of those things, being able to sell them, because I offer a PLR license on them, as far as that gets concerned, if you want to figure out how to sell things, we come back to example. The second point that I was trying to make to you. It's the reason you want to sign up for my free newsletter, because I'm going to give you an example on how you sell by email. I mean, sign up for it, start a folder, and every time I send an email to you, make sure you read it and put it in that folder. You'll have a nice little free education on how to sell by email. That's the second reason to sign up. That's epicconversions.com. That's how you find my free newsletter to sign up for. epicconversions.com, epicconversions.com. Now, what's the third way? Well, the third way, or the third reason why you should sign up. Now keep in mind, I'm going to give you a few reasons why you shouldn't sign up in a minute. Let me give you this third reason why you should. The third reason you should sign up is because I made a decision at the beginning of 2024 that I'm not going to be promoting any of my products, any of my actual products anywhere really, except by email. Now you might hear me talk about my membership clubs here and there. You can find those at epicconversions.com. Just scroll down to the bottom of the page and you'll see a link to my membership clubs. But you're not going to see me promoting them hardcore. You're not going to see me promoting any other public releases that I do. Like I just recently put out a limited edition print book, and it came with a limited edition print newsletter, and it was issue 0 of that newsletter. It was pretty cool. But again, I only advertised that by email. So I got a new digital product coming out. I'm not even going to say what I'm calling it, but it's basically a really cool product, and it teaches something really interesting. It's actually an audio training. It's going to be transcriptions included, of course. Going to be a great product. It's going to be going to be on the cheaper end of products that I offer. And there's a reason for that, but I'm not going to go into it here. But the point is, I'm not going to promote that product, which is going to be available later this week. I'm not going to promote that product by anywhere except to my email list. So the point is, like, if anything you watch on this podcast resonates with you a little bit or a lot bit, and you're interested in what I have to offer, you're not going to figure any of that out without signing up to my email list. Essentially, you're not going to get the big picture without signing up there. So, essentially what I'm trying to say is, if you're interested in what I have to sell, what I have to offer, you need to sign up to my email list to figure that out. So, those are the 3 big reasons why I think you should be on my email list. Let me give you a few reasons why you don't belong on my email list. If you're the kind of person that doesn't like to be emailed 3 to 6 times a week, if you feel like that's too many times a week for you, you don't belong on my email list. Because that's how many times I email people a week. If you're the kind of person that gets freaked out when you see no refunds on a sales page, then you probably don't belong on my email list. Because I generally don't offer refunds on sales pages. And that's something I blatantly state on my sales page. If you're the kind of person who feels like you need to be able to get rich by tomorrow, you need to get rich quick, kind of easy money button type thing, then you don't belong on my free newsletter, because I don't offer products like that. I don't sell, get rich quick, easy money button products. I believe that real businesses take time to grow. I can help you grow your business, but it takes time, I look at it a lot like a martial art, I feel like, if tomorrow you signed up to learn karate and you had committed to becoming a black belt in karate, and you're right off the street, you don't know anything, then it would be understood that you're not going to be a black belt in karate by tomorrow. It would be understood that it's going to take time to master that craft, to master that ability. Like, to me, an online business is really no different. If you come off the street and you don't know anything about business, and you don't have an email list, you don't know anything about anything, then you have to understand that there's a series of disciplines that you have to master to become very, very successful online. Now, I personally feel like it's the same for offline business as well. Although I've never really owned an offline business, but I've studied a lot of offline businesses, and I can see the exact same patterns. It takes time, I think that because there's less money at stake with online business, people could fire up an online business starting today. It could, in less than 24 hours, they could have a web page, they could have a website secured, they could have it done, ready to go. Like, you could do it all in less than a day. You could pick a business name, you could be accepting opt-ins, you could get everything set up in less than a day. And I think that kind of speed of being able to come up with an idea, set up a web page, be collecting opt-ins, set up a couple social media profiles, do all that within one day for pretty much minimal investment. I mean, you might invest a couple $100 doing that, but not much. Being able to do that, I think, is kind of spoil people. And what it's done is it's allowed a lot of people who don't understand business to start online businesses. But they really don't know what they're doing, which is fine. But the thing about it is, just because you haven't been to school for business and you don't understand business, and just because you can set up those things, there's no reason under the sun to believe that you're going to be able to be successful at online business without educating yourself a little bit, without practicing a little bit. You can't get around it. Just because you didn't go to college for business, doesn't mean you can't do it. But you got to understand, if you have no background in business and you don't know anything about what you're doing, like, to assume that it's not going to take you time to figure out what the heck's going on is very naive. So again, if you are looking for that get rich quick, pie in the sky, your eyes are full of guru dreams, like, if that's you, you're going to have to take a long, hard look in the mirror, I think, and wake up. But only jump on my email list if you have woken up and you appreciate the fact that, hey, it takes time. I'm trying to become a black belt at something here. And right now, I'm a baby white belt. I don't even know what I'm doing. You got to be able to recognize that. If you don't recognize that, you don't belong on my email list, right? Anyways, hope that makes sense. We'll save it. We'll save it for another podcast. That's all I got, guys. Love to have you on my free newsletter. If you belong there, hope you join. Love to have you. And join the Epic Conversions community, man. I have people on my email list. They've been there for years. Man, I have people on my email list that have been there since I was running adventuresontheriver.com. And that was a site where I was selling, that was a membership site I had where I was teaching people how to make money on Amazon. That was like 10 years ago when I was running that. I have people on my email list from over 10 years. So again, some people really like it there and they belong there, and some people don't. So I've tried to enlighten you a little bit about which one you might be in this episode. But that's all I got. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Hope you have a fantastic day. And I will see you in the next episode. Peace.